Rebecca and Charlie's relationship in Landman Season 2 has quietly become one of the most intriguing storylines on the show, precisely because it hasn't been loudly announced or clearly defined. There's no big declaration, no dramatic kiss framed as a turning point, and no character outright saying, "We're together now." Instead, the show lets the connection unfold in a way that feels grounded and realistic, which is why so many viewers are now asking the same question. Are Rebecca and Charlie actually dating, or are we just watching the early stages of something that hasn't fully crossed that line yet? From the moment Season 2 begins to pair them more consistently, it's clear that their dynamic has shifted from strictly professional to something more personal. In earlier episodes, Rebecca and Charlie interacted like colleagues who respected each other's competence. There was tension, but it was work-related, rooted in competing priorities and the constant pressure of MTech's legal and operational messes. As the season progresses, that tension softens. What replaces it isn't flirtation in the traditional TV sense, but familiarity. They begin to anticipate each other's reactions, finish each other's thoughts, and operate with a shared understanding that feels earned rather than forced. One of the biggest signs that something has changed is how comfortable they are around each other. Charlie is usually guarded, almost to a fault. He measures his words carefully and keeps emotional distance as a form of self-protection, which makes sense in a world where information is currency and mistakes are costly. Around Rebecca, though, that guard slips. He doesn't just talk strategy with her, he reflects with her. He admits uncertainty. He lets her see moments of frustration and fatigue that he hides from others. That kind of vulnerability doesn't happen accidentally, and Landman is very deliberate about showing it without drawing attention to it. Rebecca, meanwhile, mirrors that shift in her own way. She's sharp, controlled, and acutely aware of the optics of every decision she makes. In a male-dominated industry, she's learned that confidence has to be constant, even when doubt creeps in. With Charlie, she allows herself moments of honesty that feel almost private. She asks questions without posturing. She admits when something bothers her. The tone of her voice changes in their scenes together, becoming less formal and more conversational. It's subtle, but it's consistent, and consistency is usually the show's way of signaling intent. What's especially interesting is that Landman never frames their connection as a distraction from the plot. Instead, it weaves their relationship into the larger narrative about power, loyalty, and survival. Rebecca and Charlie aren't sneaking around or indulging in reckless behavior. If anything, their bond makes them more careful. They double-check each other's instincts. They warn each other when something feels off. That mutual protectiveness suggests a level of emotional investment that goes beyond casual attraction. Season 2 also leans heavily on timing to hint at romance. Rebecca and Charlie keep ending up alone together at the end of scenes, after decisions have been made and everyone else has left. Conversations linger longer than they need to. Silence becomes comfortable instead of awkward. These are classic television cues, but Landman uses them sparingly, which makes them stand out more. The show trusts the audience to notice the pattern without spelling it out. That said, the question of whether they're officially dating is still intentionally murky. There's no clear boundary crossed on screen that would definitively label the relationship. This ambiguity feels purposeful. Both characters are navigating high-stakes professional environments where personal relationships can become liabilities. Rebecca, in particular, has more to lose if her judgment is questioned or if her motives are misunderstood. Charlie, too, seems acutely aware that getting close to someone in this world carries risks he's not sure he's ready to fully accept. Another layer complicating their dynamic is the broader chaos surrounding MTechs, legal threats, shifting alliances, and the looming presence of more dangerous players mean that neither Rebecca nor Charlie has the luxury of prioritizing romance. Their connection develops in stolen moments, between crises, which actually makes it feel more authentic. It's not a whirlwind romance. It's two people slowly realizing they rely on each other more than they expected to. The show also avoids idealizing their potential relationship. There's an undercurrent of caution in nearly every interaction they share. Both characters seem aware that crossing certain lines could complicate everything. That hesitation doesn't weaken the chemistry. It strengthens it. It suggests maturity and restraint, qualities that fit the grounded tone Landman is aiming for in Season 2. So are Rebecca and Charlie dating now? The honest answer is that they're in a space that feels emotionally intimate, but not yet formally defined. They're acting like two people who are on the edge of a relationship, testing the ground before stepping fully onto it. The show seems more interested in exploring how trust forms under pressure than in rushing them into a label. What makes this storyline work is how human it feels. Real relationships, especially between adults with careers, baggage, and high stakes, don't always come with clean beginnings. They grow in pieces, through shared stress, mutual respect, and moments of quiet understanding. Rebecca and Charlie embody that slow build, and Season 2 is clearly laying the groundwork for something deeper, even if it hasn't officially crossed into dating just yet. If Landman continues at this pace, it wouldn't be surprising to see their relationship become more explicit later in the season. But even if it doesn't, the connection between Rebecca and Charlie already feels meaningful. It adds emotional texture to the show without overwhelming the larger story, which is exactly why it resonates. Whether they're officially dating or not, their bond is real, evolving, and clearly important to where Landman is headed next.